Hey, hope everybody's doing well today. Good afternoon to you. Um, Cisco here once again. And what I want to talk about today for this video is this was something I seen a while back. I forgot what social media page I saw this on. Sometimes I see it on mainstream TV. I wanted to comment on, there are some men out there who believe that only a man can raise a boy. Only a man can raise a male. Only a man can raise a young boy correctly into adulthood. And, it got me thinking. I understand the gist of that idea because it is true. I mean, men can see some things or can tell a man or tell a boy. A man can tell a boy things from a male perspective that a woman cannot do. So it's true. That is actually true. And the same thing for you ladies. Sometimes a woman can just tell a girl how things are and can get through to a woman or a young lady. So that way of thinking it's partially correct. Okay, as far as I'm going to talk about men here, obviously I'm not a woman, so I can't comment on that one. But what I can do and what I want to do is comment to the men out there, to those guys out there who believe that only a man could raise a woman. I mean, only a man can raise a young man. And while I understand that to be partially right, it's at the same time it's partially wrong. Okay, I can speak to that because, for one, I was raised by a woman. Okay, my mother, she's still alive. Fortunate enough to have her around, but I never grew up without a father due to a premature death. But from what I told, I really never met my father, but I never heard him doing anything criminal or anything like that. So, unfortunate timing. But what I wanted to tell you guys out there, to all you men out there, is that it's true that you don't have to have a woman can raise a man. Okay, a woman can raise a boy to adulthood. All right, I think I turned out all right. Some may not think so, but I do. I mean, I'm flawed. I have flaws like everybody else. I'm not perfect. I don't care to be, not trying to be, but I think I came out pretty good, But to go out there and say a woman cannot raise a young boy, cannot raise a young man, that is patently false, okay? For one, don't underestimate women, all right? Women have contributed to society. I know this. I read a lot, read newspapers, all this wonderful stuff. I know damn well not to think that way. Yes, women have contributed to society. Women can raise tough boys and turn them into tough men. That is true. But I hate that. I hate that idea that, some of you men out there have, that only a man can raise a boy. That's the wrong way to be. That's the wrong way to be. All right. Because who's to say that, there are men out here, I'm sure. You got some single fathers out there. You got some fathers out there who are married, whatever the case may be. Do they raise girls? And can they raise successful girls into women? Yes, they can. So it goes both ways, but I think we need to stop with that idea that only a man can raise a boy. We got to get away from that, man. We got to get away from that. We got to become more independent thinking. on some issues, and this is one of them, in my opinion. Okay, we got to get away from that, man. That is the wrong way to be. Because if what you're saying, in my opinion, is that if a woman cannot raise a boy to be tough, then we're saying, to me, all right, what are we saying about women in general? You know, that is a bad stigma, you know, to put on women. I don't like that at all. You know, we shouldn't be underestimating women as men. And you know, it's something that I believe that needs to stop. Yes, you know, women can go out there and raise boys to be tough. I'm a product of that. You know, I can speak towards that, okay? Never met my father. Well, I guess technically I did when I was in diapers. I mean, technically, yes, I did. But essentially never met him. So, but I feel like, hey, you know, I've turned out pretty good. Like I say, I'm still working on stuff. Some of my other videos would validate that for me. But I think I turned out all right. You know, so, you know, once again, I think that's something that society needs to stop. You know, some people in society needs to stop thinking that way. We need to get away from that and start, you know, giving women more praise. Because yes, women can be tough. Women can raise tough girls and boys. So it's just not only us men. You know, women, we should, you know, men should be, some men out there for sure, should be more appreciative of what they have, you know, as far as women goes. You know, don't, just because a woman is a woman doesn't mean she's a feeble woman. She could be tough, she could be strong as just the rest of us men. So, you know, I wanted to throw my 2 cents on the table on this issue, and you know, hopefully I know I won't change every single man out there who thinks this way. It's not my intent, but maybe I could change a few people's mind. And you know, hopefully we can gradually get away from that ideology. Okay. All right, I'm gonna sign off here. I hope y'all have a good day. Bye bye.